Welcome back to Spring Video. And today I'm gonna be showing you I'm gonna be getting into more in depth of easy characters to play and master. So Warden I still think is really easy to play for me. He was a good startup character, especially duel. He's a really good duelist, but he's easy to play in general. Dom is not the greatest. Um, yeah. Next action. Okay, so Raider is also really easy, and you just throw a bunch of different attacks, bunch of different mix-up, bunch of different punishes. Same with Warden on that hand. Berserker is also easy to master, easy to play. Most of the Vikings are actually really easy to play. Besides Highlander, Valk's not that easy. Berserker, she has hyper armor in all of her attacks. So, if for more newer characters, I would recommend playing Warden, Raider, Berserker so far. That's what I told you. Because Berserker has that. So, you just chuck in a bunch of different combos. Because Berserker is a really good duelist. Actually, she's an S tier duelist. It's just. She has that deflect into an automatic GB. Or you could get a free. It just stops everything. That guard break. Deflect guard break. And, she so literally she's phenomenal. Most people hate fighting Zerks. If you get really good with Zerk, you can annihilate anybody. Because look, you literally have that zone, and they can really go into it. And you have hyper armor in all these attacks. Off the rip.
You will be my second.
It's just phenomenal. You have the zone that hits a lot. It does a lot of damage if you connect all of them. You can really switch to a light on the other side, or you can really switch to a... Oh, you can't do it. I don't play. Yeah, but basically it's just really easy because there's hyper armor every time. That does that does a lot of damage. You get on the wall, that just damages damage.
I am bored.
Yeah, typically they're gonna be moving around, but phenomenal. Berserker's one of the easiest duelists in the game. Now Dom, on the other hand, she's pretty good at domination, but she not anti. I haven't played her in anti-gank. I don't really play her that much in Dom, but duels I typically sometimes use her. Him, sorry, it's a him right now, because so it's just hyper armor in almost everything she does. She does, and so much damage too. So much damage. It depletes health. Jormungandr's also pretty easy to play. It's first you have to do the training like I did when I first started the game about 2016. You pretty much just want to constantly deplete the tutorial over and over like I did. What I did is I did the tutorial until I got phenomenal at it. The parrying especially and the feigning especially. I did that constantly until I got really good at it. That's how I got good. But once you work in the training, you do stuff like this. And it's just free damage, man. Zormi's deplete. It's an easy character. You would have to pay money to get him, obviously, but more in depth. Depletes health, just phenomenal. High amount of damage. You can also eliminate the enemy plus their kids for life. It's just easy. I think that's it for the Vikings. Yes. Now, Kensei. Kensei, like, Kensei depletes health. If you, it's really hard for me to fight really good Kensei because I like parrying. So if a Kensei knows how to like full, like do 9 tricks, like GG's, I'm done for. Like they throw a top heavy, feint it to a left light or a right light. It's so easy. All you gotta do is just like watch. You go for a top heavy, switch to it. Oh, okay, here. I'll show you what that does because then he's gonna try to. Typically, they're gonna go for the top, like that. But you have to go for a top in order to do that. You can even switch it up to a heavy. You could go, or you could go. Yeah, it also is like you can even foolery, and you could just constantly like do that. You could just constantly do this. And when you do this, you could just get a free view. They try to do a dodge attack because they're gonna try to kill you. And they automatically think with their brains they're gonna throw it. So you can just do this. It's just I love it. High damage, phenomenal everything. Depletes health too. Depletes health. Just depletes the health. Alright, but there's like a few samurais I think that are really easy. Shugoki. Shugoki does so much damage. It's so good for anti-gang scenarios and gang scenarios. Like if you're in a 2v2 in Dom, and you can just switch either zone your guy and then immediately switch to a charged heavy on your teammate's guy. So that's just like, and sometimes they really don't parry it. Most of the time they don't parry it. Or you just go for a light parry and then just do a little huggy wuggy. Get up, huggy wuggy. Huggy wuggy. Huggy wuggy. Headbutt. Headbutt. Charge heavy. We'll do that after fight though. I'll just do that. Yeah. Basically you could just slam or you could just do this. And switch to a different guy. No. It's simple damage. Look, 32 damage off just that. It's 30 for less damage, but top charge heavy is 32. I love it.
Or I will put you on trial.
You can even do stuff like this. Well, I messed up. Yeah, I love it. And getting more into depth, Shugoki is like phenomenal in Dom. Like he's one of the best Dom characters in my opinion. Duels, he's decent in my opinion. He's not the greatest in duels. Dom, he's phenomenal. Hitokiri. So Hitokiri, like, if you want a character where all you gotta do is just heavy, guard break, or heavy, and then kill. You won. That's all I'm saying. Just look. So basically all you gotta do is just fucking a kick. Smash in the heavy like this.
Is that all you got?
And then just fucking a kick, and then get a free finisher. I love it. Tip, or you could just go like what I do sometimes. Yeah, I love it.
Should I send my
Shugoki like charge thing where you just charge it. This one is only 30 for a top, and then no 30 for like 2 for quick. So Hitokiri, it's just basic, simple. Basically, you just take a look at the moveset, gander with it, or you can launch hero tactics. For those who don't know what it is, you can just press R2 in it.
我は神我は神
Yeah. So, Hitokiri is really easy to master, really easy to play, in depth, does so much damage, so much all that. High damage and lights too, like really high damage for lights. All right, Wulin faction. I still think it's basically just Jing Jung for the easiest characters to master. I'll just go into a little bit more in depth with Jing Jung for y'all. So, Jing Jung is a old Wulin master, I think, I don't know. And he does high amounts of
This is great! Keep
I never was good with them. I'm good for most of the characters with them.
Prove your worth, you slugger!
Just do the stall feint to him. Like, oh, I'm surprised I didn't hit him. Anyways, you can even watch it.
This is not a fight! This is an execution!
Yeah, I like it a lot, man. 27 damage for a left heavy. Let's do a top. 24. So these are a lot slower and
You
20 damage.
will be my second!
This one, I think you do have to go into a top. See, yeah, that one you have to go for a
the
top.
best you
It's like Highlander, Warlord, Aramusha. You have to go for a top during a GB. Simplicity, like, I really think he's just a simple character in general. General? Am I saying it right? Don't really know. He doesn't have the strongest moveset. Like I was saying about Berserker and Raider and Warden, they have so much mix up and punishes and Jormy. Like, they're just phenomenal and easy to play. So same with Kensei and Hitokiri and Shigoki. So much mix-ups. I feel like Wulin, the Jing Jung is more easier than Shaolin, because Shaolin, the deflect is good damage if you know how to do it, but it's really hard. I suck with Shaolin personally. It was always hard for me to master him. Nuxia, she's really good, just harder to play because you have to play a guessing game of when you trap and not trap. So it's like confusing for most new starters, but Jing Jung is just like easy for starter people. And Tiani, again, Tiani takes somewhat skill. Jing Jung is like a character that is just easier to play than all the other Wulin characters. Zanhu doesn't have a complex moveset. I do think Zanhu is also kind of easier to play than most characters. But if you get Gil with them, I always die to Zanhus every day. Typically not when I'm playing Valkyrie, but when I'm playing any other characters, Zanhus just wipe the floor with me, man. Like, they're so good. Like, they just annihilate me. Because, like, there's so much moves you can do. And the moveset is not complex. You can just straight up go for a wham. Wham. Feint it, and then they're gonna go for a dodge attack, and then you just do this.
接招吧！你死定了！拼尽全力吧！刀剑无眼，刀剑无眼，受死吧！
I think not easier than almost all the Wulin characters. Jing Jung just feels way more easier to play as, way more easier moveset, way more easier for mix-ups and stuff. Same with Berserker, Jormungandr, and Raider, and Warden. Oh, there is one knight that is pretty easy to play as too. I feel like it's Griffin, but also you have to know when you're gonna kick or do a light. I'll go back to that at the end, just to explain. Outlanders, Virtuosa. I'll start with a character I think is really easy to play. Pirate. Pirate is so fun to play as. Just fun to rage bait people with them, not gonna lie. I just feel like needs dodge attacks used to be insanely fast, I remember that. Look, they're still not that fast. They're not that fast. They're gonna try to dodge after that pistol shoot sometimes, so you can get a free light, or they can stand there and parry. You can even go like this. And then you get kicked, and then you can finish them. This character, like Pirate, does so much damage. Her feats in domination or fire, you literally have a gun that can literally shoot at people with bleed damage too. It's insane. I personally like playing as Pirate, because sometimes I do be feeling like I need to shoot my teammates. Same with Jormungandr, I chuck my hammer at them, give them a little bonk sometimes, especially when they're acting stupid. Yeah. Virtuosa. Now, actually, Virtuosa's not the easiest. She's just annoying if you get master him. Axolotl. Keyword light. Axolotl's like really good in ganking. All you have to do is just hold R3 down, go for a heavy. You won. Congrats. So Axolotl's just phenomenal. You can feint his little after you do a light or after a heavy, you can do a bash on him with a square like you can do with Warden. But you can also feint it, just like you do with Warden. If you let it fly, you can get that in, and that does 42 damage. Those are both unique attacks. That's a lot of damage. Just stop for it. So that's kind of like the see, let me show you guys so the enemy's gonna be distracted. Let's go for a top one. Oh, I stole. It's always the top one. Yeah, it's really, Axolotl is just really good. Really easy to play as. I think, and he also depletes health rapidly. Like, really rapidly. He depletes health about as fast as I can remember. Which, I can't remember that good. Okay, back to Knights. Knights is like, most characters are like complex, but Griffin, I will say, he's pretty easy to master. You just gotta launch hero tactics, go to his moveset, learn it, but it's just pretty, you gotta do the favorite character obviously, but it's just pretty easy to play as, my boy Griffin. You gotta know when the enemy's gonna dodge or when they're gonna, stand there. Same with like Shinobi, for example. Where Shinobi's got a lot more complex movesets. Or they will try to flash. Here, let me just like showcase. See?
Modo finito.
Usually get a GB if they're just dodgy like that.
Do I have to join the fight?
Yeah, that's what happens if they dodge. Now if they stand still on the other hand, it's just simple like that. And the kick does a lot of damage. You can even chuck in a heavy instead of doing the kick or the light, because then they could do a dodge attack potentially, and you could get a free heavy in and then a kick, or just a dodgeable in. So it's pretty simple in my opinion. Yeah. So the reason why like Griffin is more like easier to play than like Warmonger is because Warmonger, like, you have to know when you're going to do a dodge claw or dodge heavy, because like typically they're going to protect you to a dodge heavy, but you have to throw in a dodge claw too, because they can't GB that. Gladiator, you have to know when you're going to toe stab, when you're going to core stab, when you're going to light, when you're going to heavy. It's pretty hard to master him. Law Daddy is what I call him. You have to know when you're going to bash and when their enemy's going to do a dodge attack. Law Daddy needs rework personally. So does Nuxia. Conqueror. Conqueror's good. Not easy to master though, compared to Warden and Griffin. PK's easier, but not easy-ist. He's still like gotta take skill. Centurion's hard to master. BP's easy. BP's easy. BP's easy to master. It's also unpredictable to play as him. I'm gonna be honest. It's very unpredictable to play against a good Black Fire, because typically like Black Fires are like phenomenal if they know how to play them.
Is that
Or they're like really bad. You can get this is like yeah, they could just do this. They try to dodge. Typically, they're gonna expect a dash maybe. But he has the fastest finisher in the game, I think. He's just immediately gonna farm. Watch. 20. I did the wrong finisher, whatever. Yeah, it's just so much more easier than most characters. But it still takes skill to play as BP. But it's just easier than all the other knights, besides Warden and Griffin. Warden and Griffin are the easiest knight action characters to play as, compared to all the other ones, because Centurion, you have to know when they're going to dodge attack or when they're just going to dodge. Raider, you got to know. Raider's just so much easier than all the other Vikings, besides Yorm and Berserker. Berserker's actually really easy. Same with Yormi. Yormi's you gotta know how to feint, so it's not the easiest, but it's still easier if you know how to feint. Zerky is just easy. You have hyper armor in every attack. Like, think about it. Like, it's phenomenal. Berserker is just really good, easy to play. Raider, easy to play, good mix-ups and good punishes. Same with Berserker and Jorm. Valk is also kind of easy. You just gotta know what you're doing. Kensei, easier than most characters. Shigoki and Hitokiri are easier than most characters. Easier than Nobushi, especially. Nobushi's just light. Yingzhong and Zanhu, not a very complex moveset compared to Nuxia, Tiandi, and Shaolin. Nuxia needs a complete rework. She doesn't do as much damage. She is not the greatest. Traps don't do as much damage. Pirate, Axolotl are just like easier than Virtuosa, easier than Medjay, easier than Afira, in my opinion, based opinion. Katoon. Afira's like, okay, Afira's easy. Hear me out. Afira's easy, but like not easier than Pirate, because Pirate you just press square after a heavy, and you just get a free gunshot, and then a light after. It's just, I love it. I love it. Axolotl, you could literally feint his bash. You could light bash, light bash, light bash, light bash, light bash, feint, guard break, heavy. It's phenomenal. Virtuosa, light kick, but she just has a lot more stances that you have to learn in order to do those kicks. She has a kick, and a throat stab. One kick is farther, one kick is just like kicks the head up and lights him, gets a free light. And then throat stab is when you just like lean forward and get a little stab. Katoon's like Markiplier, you have to know what you're supposed to do. Anyway, so that's it for this video. Have a good one, boys. I'm out. Bye-bye.